Brought to you by Bookspots.com.
The Great Doggy Town Football Fiasco. A tale by Srinidhi Ranganathan, the digital marketing legend. Once upon a time in a whimsical place called Doggy Town, where the grass was always green and the sun sparkled in the sky, a great football game was on the horizon. The organizer of this momentous event was none other than a charming duck named Daffy. Daffy loved to bring the dogs of Doggy Town together for fun-filled activities, and this time, he decided to host the very first Doggy Town Football Championship. All the dogs were barking with excitement, their tails wagging like flags in the wind. However, little did Daffy know, this game would turn out to be as raucous as a puppy playdate gone wrong. As the sun rose high on the day of the game, the dogs gathered at the town's open field, a bright patch of green surrounded by colorful flowers. There were large dogs, small dogs, fluffy dogs, and sleek dogs, each ready to showcase their skills on the football field. Some wore jerseys made of cloth, others donned colorful bandanas as they bounced and barked with glee. Daffy waddled around the field, wearing a tiny referee shirt and holding a whistle, thrilled to see his furry friends all together. "Welcome, everyone, to the first ever Doggy Town Football Championship," he quacked in his best announcer voice. "Let's have fun and remember, good sportsmanship is key." The dogs yipped and yapped in agreement, but deep down, their competitive spirits began to stir. The teams were divided into the Pooch Prowlers and the Bark Brigade. The Pooch Prowlers, led by Duke, a massive Great Dane with a heart of gold, and the Bark Brigade, led by Bella, a feisty little beagle with the speed of lightning. The whistle blew, and the game began. Both teams charged onto the field, panting and barking with enthusiasm. As they chased the ball, things quickly escalated. Within a few minutes, Duke accidentally bumped into Max, a sprightly dachshund. "Watch it, you big oaf!" Max yelped, his ears flopping in annoyance. "I may be small, but I can run circles around you." Duke apologized but couldn't help but chuckle, which only fueled Max's fiery temper. The squabble caught the attention of Bella, who barked back, "Stop whining, Max. You need to toughen up if you want to win." Soon, the tension on the field began to boil over. Just when Daffy thought things might settle down, a fight broke out over possession of the football. Sophie, a gentle golden retriever, tried to chase the ball down, but Sparky, a wild-haired terrier, thought it would be fun to snatch it right out from under her nose. "No fair, Sparky," Sophie whined, her tail drooping. "You can't just steal the ball." "Says who?" Sparky barked back cheekily while dodging Sophie. It wasn't long before the Pooch Prowlers and Bark Brigade were in a full-blown fur-flying argument, shouting, barking, and growling at one another. Daffy watched, horrified, as his furry friends descended into chaos. In an effort to restore sanity, Daffy blew his whistle as loudly as he could, but the commotion was too great. "Everyone, stop," he quacked, flapping his wings in desperation. "This is just a game." But the dogs were too wrapped up in their argument to listen. Before they knew it, a full-blown dogfight broke out. Duke and Bella squared off, each accusing the other of playing unfairly. "You're just mad because my team is better than yours," Duke shouted. Bella bared her teeth in response. "I'd rather be a scrappy underdog than a lumbering giant," she retorted. Daffy couldn't believe his eyes. It seemed Doggy Town had turned into a battleground. Just then, he had an idea. He waddled over to the misunderstanding and tried to speak directly to the dogs. "All right, everyone, can we talk this out?" he quacked, trying to sound authoritative. The dogs paused, their growls diminishing into grumbles as they noticed Daffy approaching. "Look, I know you all want to win, but fighting won't get us anywhere." This was supposed to be a fun game. A few dogs nodded, still panting heavily, but others remained defiant. As the quarrel simmered down, Daffy took a deep breath and added, "How about we take a break, grab some treats, and remember why we're all here? Besides, there's plenty of time to show off your skills later." That seemed to resonate with some dogs, which made Daffy feel hopeful. One by one, the dogs began to sit down panting while contemplating what Daffy had said. Max glanced sheepishly at Sophie. "I'm sorry for being such a sore loser, Sophie. I'm just so competitive sometimes." Sophie wagged her tail, irked at first but so glad to see Max realized his mistakes. "It's okay, Max. I want to win too, but we can have fun while playing, right?" Meanwhile, Duke turned to Bella. "You're really fast, Bella. It's impressive, and I'd love to team up with you in the next game for a change. Bella tilted her head as if to think about it and then nodded. I guess we can be a great team since we'll make each other better. Daffy let out a relieved sigh, relieved to see that the tension was starting to dissolve like cotton candy in the rain. To further cool feelings down, he summoned his trusty snack cart and started handing out treats, juicy turkey jerky, crunchy carrots, and delicious peanut butter cookies. The scrumptious smell wafted through the air, captivating the dog's attention. Soon laughter replaced arguing, and instead of barking, there were joyful woofs echoing across the field. With bellies full and hearts light, the dogs began to remember why they loved Doggy Town football in the first place. Daffy beamed with pride, his heart swelling with joy at the sight of his friends getting back to what truly mattered, playing happily together. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over Doggy Town, Daffy proposed a rematch. How about we try this again? And remember, winning isn't everything, he encouraged, ruffling his feathers for emphasis. The dogs agreed, wagging their tails in excitement. They lined up again, and with a blast from Daffy's whistle, they were off once more. This time, the dogs worked together, passing the ball and cheering each other on. The game was filled with playful barks, comical trips, and even a few friendly tackles, but most importantly, it was filled with laughter and fun. Daffy watched proudly as his furry friends learned that while sportsmanship is important, the love for the game, and each other, is what truly wins in the end. As the stars twinkled above Doggy Town, the dogs flopped down on the soft grass, panting happily with tired tails wagging. They had transformed from feuding pups into a united team, and to them, that was the greatest victory of all. Daffy smiled as he looked around at all his happy friends. Until next time, my furry athletes, he quacked cheerfully as they all snuggled under the moonlight, dreaming of the next big match.